Just a reminder that a giveaway is still happening at 1,000 subs, so do subscribe if you want that to happen. Moving on now. Hey guys, KingXF here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be checking out the Tecware Phantom L mechanical gaming keyboard. Big thank you to Tecware for sending this to me for review purposes, and with that out of the way, let this review commence. Starting off with basic design, the Tecware Phantom L is a TKO or 10 keyless mechanical gaming keyboard. It has a sandblasted aluminum finished top plate in this gunmetal color with the base constructed in a matte black plastic. The Phantom L uses a floating switch design so that it's easier to clean the keyboard. If you couldn't already tell, the L stands for low profile because this keyboard features a low profile design with both shorter keycaps and switches too. There are no dedicated multimedia keys, but they can however be accessed with the FN key. Indicators for caps and scroll lock are next to the escape key, in which they're just two simple white LEDs. No USB pass-through port is present. The cable the Phantom L uses is a gold-plated detachable braided USB-C to USB-A cable, which measures in at 1.8 meters long. Flipping it over to its underside, you have 4 small rubber pads that prevent the board from sliding around on your desk, as well as 2 rubberized flip-out feet for angle adjustment. As for accessories, it includes a small plastic keycap puller, a metal switch puller, as well as 4 extra switches because, like its brother, the Phantom 87, the Phantom L is also hot swap. More on this later. As for technical aspects, it features a 1000 Hz polling rate or 1 millisecond response time, full N-key rollover and anti-ghosting, 100% fully programmable keys, onboard 16.8 million color per key RGB lighting, gaming mode which disables keys such as Windows, as well as software support. I'm not going to go over software in this video because whenever I would open it, the software for my main keyboard would open. Then when I would try unplugging my daily driver and opening the software once more, it just says that no device is detected. And so because of that, I can't really show it. But I can show you the 18 Rgb lighting effect, so I'll go ahead and do that right now. So as I've mentioned earlier, the Tecware Phantom L has a low profile design and the keycaps are also in a lower profile. They're made out of double shot ABS plastic and have this sort of gamery looking font on it. The secondary characters are illuminated, however the media functions aren't. The keycaps also do have a standard bottom row layout, so you can use different keycap sets such as the ultra tall SA profile, but that kind of defeats the purpose of a low profile keyboard. Another thing worth mentioning is that the S key and down arrow key have this square around the legend. Not really sure why, but I guess it doesn't look too bad. The stabilizers that are used are typical cherry stabilizers. They're actually quite good in my opinion. There's barely any rattle and I don't feel any mushy feeling. And with low profile keycaps comes low profile switches. How low can you go? The Tecware Phantom L features Altimu low profile dustproof switches, which has 3 different flavors: blue, brown, and red. My unit has low profile blues, which are tactile and clicky. They have an actuation force of 60 grams and an actuation point at 1.2 millimeters, as well as a switch lifespan of 50 million key presses. The switch mechanism is actually different from typical blue switches because when you go low profile, you're obviously going to have to sacrifice some of the traditional MX internals. Instead of a click jacket or a tactile bump on the stem, these actually use a mechanism known as snap spring switches, similar to that of a click bar found in Kale's clicky box switches. Anyway, the Phantom L is a hot swap board, but on my unit, I was unable to pull out any of the switches. They're really lodged in there quite tightly. However, this experience is for my particular unit, so don't take my word fully, since yours might be different. So if you are able to pop a switch out, these are specifically limited to Altimu low profile switches only, so not even regular Altimus are going to work on this one. Now I do a sound test for these Altimu low profile blue switches, which feature the snap spring mechanism. Now let's talk about pricing. The Tecware Phantom L comes in at only $50, featuring hot swap switches although limited to Altimu low profiles only, 16.8 million color RGB lighting, a detachable and braided USB-C cable, and many accessories in the box. I would say it's a pretty fair price. Link in description if you're interested in checking this keyboard out. Moving over to pros and cons as well as my final verdict. For pros, I really like the fact that the Phantom L features a detachable cable this time compared to a non-detachable one on the Phantom 87. It just makes it super easy to bring around when you're on the go. Next up is the sleek design of the keyboard. Although the font on the keycaps is a bit gamery looking, I think it overall looks super stylish, especially paired with the gunmetal top plate. The stabilizers on the Phantom L are some of the best I've ever seen on a keyboard at this price. There's virtually no rattle or mushy feeling at all, so that's definitely a huge plus in my book. The option to choose from 3 different switches is also another pro, since everyone likes different switches, so now they can choose between a clicky, tactile, or linear option. Lastly, I appreciate the inclusion of accessories that came with the Phantom L, such as the keycap puller, switch puller, and the extra switches. Not every major brand out there includes things like these, so it's definitely nice to see smaller brands doing this at a reasonable price. As for cons, there's only really a few that I need to go over, with the first one being how difficult it is to swap out a switch. For as long as I've been using this keyboard, I've been trying to pop out a switch and it just wouldn't work. I would be exerting maximum force, but the switches simply wouldn't budge. I'd be using so much strength that my fingers would start to ache. So Tecware, if you're watching this, I would suggest making the switch sockets looser so that it's easier for users of this board to actually swap the switches out, because this is marketed as a hot swap keyboard. As for my other con, which is really more of a minor nitpick, that would be compatibility of switches. You can only use Altimu low profile, so no Gaterons or even regular Altimus. That is, if you can even pop a switch out. So to wrap it up in a nutshell, would I recommend the Tecware Phantom L? The answer is a yes. The stabilizers are great, and I really love the inclusion of a detachable cable with many accessories and so many switch options, all for a price of $50. With some nitpicks here and there, it's a great keyboard at a great price. Anyway, that'll wrap it up for my review of the Tecware Phantom L. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up to show your support, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at KingXFOfficial, as well as join my Discord server where more giveaways will be happening in the future. I'm KingXF, and I'll see y'all next time.